Okay, welcome back again. Tutorial number 3. So again, hopefully you'll recognise this from the previous tutorial. So let's go into the ground floor view. Okay, so I'm gonna go through. Just let's put a few doors in there now, so we can sort of see our basic ins and outs, if you like. So again, if we go down this toolbar down the side, you can see we have a door function, which is really useful. So if I double click the door function, I've got quite a lot of different doors to choose from. You can see there, these are all hinged metal doors at the moment. But if I click cancel, and so if I open up that little drop down menu, I've got hinge doors, I've got sliding doors, metal doors, just door openings. I've got different ones. So for internal doors, I would probably go for that. For external doors, I'd probably go for metal. Don't have to. Again, the client might have a choice. So I'm going to put, I'm just for ease of use, I'm just going to put the same door. But if I was to select that particular door, I can then now double click that, and I can go in through, I can change all these settings to make them user defined if I wanted to. There's only a couple that I am going to change, well, more so on the windows rather than the doors, but I might want to change the width of the doors. But the openings that you can see here, 900 width by 2.1, those here, that's your standard height, always is, always will be. Your width will be different, it could be wider if it's disabled access. Internal doors are generally about 830, 838, something like that. But for ease of use, we're just going to use the default settings. But some of the key things. So I've got the door, and I'm okay with the height, and I'm okay with the width, and I'm okay for it to be where it is, reveal size. And when we come to that, I'll show you how we can change that. So let's set an external door first. So to set an external door, literally all I've got to do once I've got the door tool selected is pop down onto there, and I can literally see a door appear, and I can just left click, the door will appear, and then I've got an option whether I want it open inwards, which hand I want it. So this is opening to the right hand, opening to the left, open out on the left, open out on the right. So for this instance, I'm going to have it opening out, and there is my door. Jobs are good. So I'm going to do similar. I'm going to have a door going into here, and this time I'm going to have it opening up against the wall, because that's the best place for it to go. Or I could have it opening towards me, because obviously I don't know if there's anybody in the corridor. So let's go for that one. So I've got my route now into the corridor. So let's create some routes into the bedrooms or kitchen, whichever it's going to be. So what I'll do here is I'm going to do a similar scenario. I'm going to put the door to the one side of the room, because that gives me the more options design wise for the internal. So I'm going to put all the bedroom ones here, coming in the same way. And now I could set the width from the jar, but I can do that later. Again, the beauty of this tool is we can do whatever we want at any time. So all those doors are opening in. Now alternatively, on this wall, I want on the opposite side, because what you don't want to do is have the doors opposite each other on a corridor really. So I'm going to have that opening in that way. I'm going to do the same on this one, and we're going to keep going. And we'll have one there. So now we've got access to all our rooms. What we haven't got is, if this is going to be multi-story, which it's going to be at least 3-story if I'm going to get the right amount of bedrooms for the client spec, I'm going to need a set of stairs somewhere. So I'm sure for obviously there's some of you that have seen some of the student accommodation because you live in it at the moment. We'll have a tour of the 4 different designs that we've got on campus before you get to do this. But anyway, so as we come in here, I want my flight of stairs to go up this wall here. So I'm going to just pop back into the tool function, and luckily it should be set at the same as I had before. So I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to drag that across. So let's go back to the pointer tool. Instead of drawing, I'm going to drag this wall across. So I want this wall, I want to duplicate that. So I'm going to use the right click once it's highlighted, click the move, click drag to copy, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to pull that across, and center needs to be, it's making me work now, this is, I want it to be a 1400 staircase, so center is going to have to be about 1550. So I'm going to put 1550 in there, and bang, and that'll put that wall in there for me. Really important to click escape. There we go. And what I want to do then is go back to my door tool, and I want to pop another door in here. So I'm going to do a door there because we want it to be secure. And so there we've got a hallway, a stairwell, and we've got the bedroom set up, which is cracking, isn't it? It's just what we want. So I think now is the time to cover windows. It's always a good one. So again, we can go to Windows, select a window tool, and if I use this drop down menu, it gives me the different types, side hung, sash, doesn't really matter which one you choose. Obviously the client will have a choice. Planning might dictate what you can put in, but we haven't got a terrific amount of options to choose from, so I'm going to click that. And then if I double click on the window, why it's opened up over there, goodness only knows. So now I can choose a sash, double window, triple window. Again, there's all sorts of options there for you to do. So I'm just going to go with the double window. Now at this point, this is where some construction technology needs to come in. So we've already talked about doors and head height. Head height is where the lintel goes. That's always the top of your door, which is always going to be 2-1. It's always going to be 2-1 for an external door, have it that road. Internal doors are a little bit lower, but we'll cover that in a minute. But we normally set everything at 2-1. So we want the window, the top of the window, to be in line with the head of the door, because aesthetically that's what it should look like. There's nothing worse than having different head heights. All your head heights should be level. Your sill heights can be whatever they want. So what we've got here is it asks us to set the sill height, and it asks us to set the window height. These two measurements, the height and the sill, need to be equal to 2 meters 100. Now, standard depths for window openings on any build, certainly on residential, will either be 1200 or 1.50 meters. Those are pretty much the only two depths that we have. In commercial, they can be all blooming shapes and sizes. To be fair, they could be floor to ceiling. So just as an example, I'm going to set this at 1200. So in order, my sill height has to be set to the remainder to get me to 2-1. So 2-1 minus 1200 is 900. So 900 is your standard sill height for a normal window. So that's all well and good. So now that when I put this in, it'll automatically put this in line with the head of my door. Now width-wise, for a bedroom window, if it was in a property, then it could be as wide as 1800. Again, client might have a view on this, so I'm going to set that at 1800, and I'm happy with that. Now, reveal to wall core, at the moment, this is going to set the window right on the inside And what that means is, if you look at a window in any property from the inside, you've got a section of wall before you get to the window. The window normally sits up in or around the outside skin on the brickwork. At the moment, this is going to set it on the inside skin. So we need to make sure that we set, I mean, that's okay. That might be the design that you want. Not for me. So I want it to sit 150mm in. So that'll take it closer to the outside skin. So once I've put the settings in here, every window I do will be to those set measurements. If you're not careful and you put the windows in without setting these settings, you've got to go in and change them all. And that takes a little bit of time. So I'm okay with that. That's the biggest piece of work that I need to do. I'm not really going to change anything else because I don't need to. So I'm going to click OK. So again, now I can start thinking about putting the windows in. So again, I can either put them bang in the middle, or I can put, well, you can put them wherever you want, as long as they're symmetrical. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put them to the one side, because then that gives me some wall space on the inside. If I was to put it in the middle, I'd have two little bits of wall either side, which I can't do a lot with. So I'm going to put it to the one side, and I'm going to have it opening out, and I'm going to do the same here. And I'm going to put that opening out, and I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to do the same there. I'm just going to delete them because I've put them in the wrong place. So I'm going to escape, get the pointer tool, and I just want to, if I want to select more than one thing, hold the shift key down and I can select the other window, and then I can click delete and both of them will go. And go back to the window tool, and that automatically gives me the windows I want. So, no, it's wrong again. Need to be on the inside skin, not the inside skin. So I'll just click back. That's better. So that's my windows. I'm thinking I'm going to make this one my kitchen. So I might want a bigger window in there because I'm potentially going to need a little bit more ventilation, aren't I? So I'm going to put a bigger window in there. So for this one, I'm going to go with maybe 2-1 wide, and also with a kitchen window. Normally, wherever you've got a kitchen, you would normally have a sink in front of it. So that means you have to have what we call a splashback. So the depth of the kitchen window or a bathroom window would normally be 1.50 m to allow for that 150mm splashback. So that means my sill height also needs to be 1.50 m, because remember what we said, it's got to, those two measurements have got to equal 2 meters 100 for the head to be the same. So once I've got that okay, I'm going to put my window in there. I'm going to put that on central. And out we go. Fabulous. So now, if we take a look at the 3D model, we should be able to see the doors and the windows appear. There you go. Doors and windows appeared there. Remember, at the moment, it's wanting to insert another window at the moment. If I clicked left click, it would put another window in anywhere. So click escape, get to the pointer tool, right click, let's go into orbit, spin that right round. I can see all the doors inside, and I can now see the windows on the back. So you can see there, all the heights are the same, but the sill height's different because that's a kitchen window. So that's perfect. And again, if we go round, because we got the settings right, all the head heights are identical, and this is absolutely vital. Absolutely vital. And there you can see the doors, they're staggered opposite each other. That's a lovely set out, even if I don't mind saying so myself. And obviously, it's important that we have we have doors, because otherwise we can't put wood in the hole, can we? Really important that we can put the wood in the hole. And we're going to pop that somewhere like that, zoom out, centre mouse, drag it to the middle, and that's tutorial number 3. So what we're going to do next time is we're going to replicate what we've got here into the other side, and then we can start thinking about naming the rooms on the plan, and then we can think about growing the building, so we can replicate what we've got on alternative floors. We can put a floor in if we want to, and all the rest of it. So let's leave it at that, and thank you very much.